Good morning, students. In previous class, we have discussed about the plant tissue. Plant tissue, which is divided into two categories, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. After then, we have discussed about the meristematic tissue, which is divided into three categories, that is apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem, and their functions also. Then we have discussed permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, which is divided into two categories, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue, which is divided into parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. And then we discussed about complex permanent tissue, which is divided into two parts, phloem and xylem. Okay, now in this class we are going to discuss about animal tissue. So let's focus on the animal tissue. Animal tissue is divided into four categories. That is, the first one is epithelial, second one connective, third one muscular, and fourth one nervous tissue. So in this class we are going to discuss only about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, which is present in our body or covers the body. It helps in the protection and filtration and absorption of the nutrients, and also in the secretion. The epithelial tissue is a tightly packed tissue which forms a continuous sheet, and it has no intercellular space. It forms the lining of blood vessels. Okay, epithelial tissue is divided into two categories, that is simple epithelial tissue and the second one is complex epithelial tissue. The simple epithelial tissue, on the basis of their function of the cells, the simple epithelial tissue is divided into three parts, that is squamous epithelium, and the second one is cuboidal epithelium, the third one is columnar epithelium. So the squamous epithelium tissue is a thin flat cells that is made up of semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membranes means it's allow the transport of selective substance. It allows the transport of selective substance, and it is present in the inner wall of mouth, esophagus, and blood vessels, and also present in the alveoli. That is, alveoli is the part of lungs. Then the second one is cuboidal epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium tissue is in the shape of cuboid. It is present in the tubes of kidney and also in the salivary glands. It is also modified into granular tissue. Granular tissue means it forms a gland which help in the secretion of the sweat, sebum, and mucus. Then the third one is columnar epithelial tissue. The columnar epithelium tissue is made up of columnar epithelial tissue is made up of thick cells which is present in the intestine and alimentary canal. Okay, columnar epithelial tissue is modified into ciliated epithelium tissue. Ciliated epithelium tissue which has cilia-like hair-like structure, which is known as cilia. It present in the nasal cavity, which allows the air to pass through them, and stops the dust particles so that we can easily breathe. Okay, now the second one is complex epithelial tissue. Complex epithelial tissue means which is made up of a very thick layer and the sheet of the cells. It has many layers. So It is present in the outer layer of the skin, and it protects our organs. Okay, so that is the epithelial tissue. That's all for the today. We will have discuss about connective tissues and muscular tissue, then nerve tissue in the next class. Thank you.